Shalom, shalom, Yahshua. All praises to Yahshua Mashiach. Indeed, his mercy endures forever. Shalom to the entire family. Shalom. Welcome to Life or Death. As you already know, we are your servants from the Light of Zion. We are here to wake up our people for the Most High through Hamashiach Yahweh. Welcome to class. We are doing all the checks to make sure everything is okay. As you are coming in, you know this is an interactive class. Type your name, the city, and the state where you are currently watching us from. You know that we are here for you. We are here to serve you. Welcome to Life or Death. Welcome to Life or Death. We are the Light of Zion. We are currently in on Broward Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Shalom to all of you. Welcome to class. Let us start with the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17, giving thanks to the Most High through his beloved Son, Hamashiach Yahushai. The book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Adonai Hamashiach, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by him. So the Most High commands us to do everything to him via Hamashiach Yahweh. Why? There is a reason for everything. Let's see why we ought to do everything for the Most High through Hamashiach Yahweh. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as live it shall die. Hence the name of the show, Life or Death. Life or death means if we keep the laws of Yah, we will have life. However, but by contrast, if we stray away from the laws of the Most High through Hamashiach Yahushai, we are to expect death to follow us. As you can see, the title of the show of the class tonight is Self-Preservation or Death. What does that mean? Self-preservation or death. What is self-preservation? What is self-preservation? The key word in self-preservation is the word self. Self-preservation, the protection of oneself from harm or death, especially regarded as basic instinct in human beings and animals. So now, what did the Most High give us as our self-preservation? Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 2. But at verse 1. Proverbs chapter 7 and verse 1. The book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 1. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. We already see the word commandments. The problem that we have, the reason why we are always in captivity, The reason why we are dying, it is because we don't want to keep the laws of Yah. We are in the low state and low estate that we are in because we refuse to follow after the Most High. Verse 2, Proverbs 7 and verse 2. Keep my commandments and live. That is what we need for our self preservation. For us to have life, we ought to keep the commandments. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Verse 3. Proverbs 7 and verse 3. Bind them up, bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart. Meaning that, hey, we have to remember them, know them. Let's go very quick to in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 1. Don't just read the commandments, we ought to retain them. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 1. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 1. And Moses called all Israel and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, the statutes and judgments which I speak in your ears this day, that ye may learn them and keep them and do them. Learn the commandments, keep them, and do them. What else do we need? Let's go in the book of Revelation chapter 14 verse 12. As you can see, the book that we have here is the miseducation of the Negro. There is a reason for that. The book of Revelation chapter 14 and verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yah and the faith of Hamashiach Yahawashai. Meaning, we have to have faith in Him, keep the commandments, and have faith in Hamashiach Yahawashai. He is the door. He is the gate through whom we must go to have access to the Father. Now let's go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 4 and verse 5 and 6. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. In fact, I'll start at verse 4. Verse 1. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 1. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 1. Now therefore, hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them. The verb to do is an action verb. Do not just talk the talk, walk the walk as well. Deuteronomy 5 and verse 4 and verse 1. Now therefore, hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and the judgment and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live. For our self-preservation, we need to keep the commandments. We need to learn them and do them, that ye may live and go in and possess the land which the Most High power of your fathers giveth you. Verse 2. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish out from them. Neither shall ye diminish out from them, that ye may keep the commandments of the Most High, your power. For us, to keep the commandments that our power, the Most High, through Hamashiach Yahweh gives to us. Your eyes have seen that ye may keep the commandments of the Most High, your power, which I command you. Verse 3. Your eyes have seen what the Most High did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that followed Baal Peor, the Most High thy power hath destroyed them from among you. Verse 4. But ye that did cleave unto the Most High your power are alive, every one of you this day. Brothers and sisters that chose to follow after this other power, the Most High through Mashiach destroyed them. Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High, my power, commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. So Moses didn't teach us anything else but the commandments of Yah. All this was done for our self-preservation, for us to be alive, for us not to be dead. Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for, meaning because this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. That is our wisdom. That is our common sense. Let's go now in the book of Leviticus 26. For those of you who are new to the truth, Leviticus 26 and Deuteronomy 28 should be part of what we may call your Israelite 101 class. The book of Deuteronomy 28 and the book of Leviticus 26, these two books, Deuteronomy 28 and Leviticus 26, should be part of your Israelite 101 class. That's what the Most High says in Leviticus 26, verse 1. All this was done, all this, the Most High gave them to us for our self-preservation. For our self-preservation, for the nation to grow, for the nation to still stand as a strong people, as a strong nation. Leviticus 26. The book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 1. Ye shall make you no idols, nor graven image, neither will you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it, for I am the Most High, your power. This basically illustrates the first commandment to have in the 10 commandments, to have no other power but the Most High through Mashiach Yahweh. Verse 2. Ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Most High. Verse 3. If ye walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, then I will give you rain in due season. If we keep the laws of Yah, the Most High will bless everything that we are doing. Because we will do nothing but good things. We will do nothing but think, but we will apply our mind to keeping the laws of Yah. We will do things that are pleasing to the Most High. Verse 6. Leviticus 26 and verse 6. And I will give peace in the land, and ye shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid. And I will rid evil beasts out of the land. Let me read that again. And I will rid evil beasts out of the land. Neither shall the sword go through your land. This is what the Most High said. All this, we would have gotten them if we kept the laws of Yah. Verse 7. And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. That is self-preservation. When your enemies are running away from you, when you are able to beat up your enemies, that is self-preservation. You are able to defend yourself. You are able to get the victory. Verse 8. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight, and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword. That is what we need. That is what we call self-preservation. Now, those of you that have been watching the Light of Zion, you know that this week is going to be a busy week. Meaning, this week on this Thursday, we are going to celebrate the destruction of Nicanor. Nicanor was a Syrian Greek general that wanted to destroy our people, wanted to destroy our temple. All praises to Yahweh Mashiach. We destroyed him. This Friday, we will open the Feast of Purim. And this Saturday, we will close the Feast of Purim. All these feasts will start at 7 p.m. if it is Yahweh Mashiach. All these feasts will start at 7 p.m. Those of you who are not too far from Fort Lauderdale, come to class. Be on site to keep the feast with your brothers and sisters. Be on site to celebrate the Feast of Purim, the destruction of Nicanor, with your brothers and sisters. Let me read that again. Leviticus 26 and verse 8. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight, and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword. We destroyed Nicanor. We destroyed Ammon. We destroyed Nicanor and Ammon. All the and the cohorts, all these were enemies that wanted to destroy us. But the Most High through Mashiach gave us the victory over them. Let's go to the book of Psalm 34 and verse 7. When you feel the Most High, when you do the will of Yah, you are practicing self-preservation. Because when you do the will of Yah, the Most High will cover you. When you do the will of Yah, the Most High will send his angels to encamp around you. Let's see what the Most High says. Let's go to the book of Psalm 34 and verse 7. In fact, that's at verse 1. Psalm 34. The book of Psalm. In fact, let's go first to Psalm 27 verse 1. Psalm 27 verse 1. The Most High is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Most High is the strength of my life. Whom shall I be afraid? Of whom? Of whom shall I be afraid? If the Most High is with you, don't be afraid. If the Most High is on your, if you are on the side of Yah, you are doing things that are pleasing to the Most High, He will protect you. He will be with you. Verse 1, Psalm 27 and verse 1. The Most High is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Most High is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Now let's go to the book of Psalm chapter 34 and verse 7. The book of Psalm chapter 34 and verse 7. Verse 1. I will bless the Most High at all times. I will bless the Most High at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. Verse 7. The angel of Yah encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. So when you keep the laws of Yah, the Most High through Mashiach will send his angels to provide you with the safety and security that you need. Self-preservation or death. When you do not keep the laws of Yah, you will die. When you do not keep the laws of Yah, do not expect your enterprises to prosper. Now, you see that we have this book here. It is called The Miseducation of the Negro. The Miseducation of the Negro by our brother Carter G. Woodson. Remember, this brother, he was instrumental. Basically, he was one of the starters of celebrating our achievements. Later on, our brothers and sisters, they got the entire month of February as for Black History Month. Let's see what he says in this book. Let's go to the book of let's go to the book of let's go to the miseducation of the Negro, page 29. He said here, during recent years, we have heard much of education in business administration departments in Negro colleges. But in recent years, we have heard much of education in business administration departments in Negro colleges. But if they be judged by the products turned out by these departments, they are not worth a continental. The teachers in this field are not prepared to do the work. It is in that same manner, Israel. For us as a nation, to prosper, you are to be ready to do the work. In your physical life, in your spiritual life, even in your mental estate or in your mental state. What does that mean? What does that mean, Sister Mina Israel? What does that mean? For us to do the work. In your spiritual life, your mental state, your physical state, even in your marriage life, you are to be prepared to do the work. All this is part of self-preservation. Let's get one very quick. Let's go to the book of Sirach. chapter 30. I'll start at verse 1. Sirach 30 and verse 1. He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, meaning that constantly he will beat him up hard. This can be done physically or with words. Physically, if he refuses to do what you tell him to do, or mentally or with words, if you are always telling him things, you are always advising him, and he's listening to you, that he may have joy of him in the end. Oftentimes, the children, they become sources of shame for their parents. Now let's go to the book of Psalm chapter. Let's go to the book of Sirach chapter 30, verse 15. In fact, I'll start at verse 14. Sirach chapter 30 and verse 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution, meaning that yes, he doesn't have enough money, but on the body, on a physical standpoint, he is strong. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. Now, many of us we are sick. We are a sick people, mentally and physically. Oftentimes, the sources of our sicknesses are nothing but of the products that we consume. We do not know how to apply, how to eat with order, meaning that we eat everything at any time of the day with no proper instruction. Now, verse 15, health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. What does that mean? We have to call this a spade a spade. Israel, many of us are out of shape. Many of us are fat. Many of us are obese. Many of us are overweight. How can you practice self-preservation when you are obese? How can you practice self-preservation when you are overweight? How can you practice self-preservation when you are fat? Men and women in the nation, we are too fat. We need to be healthy. We ought to understand Israel. For the rebuilding of the nation, everything must come into account, meaning that we have to watch over everything. Verse 15, the book of Sirach, in fact, Sirach chapter 30, verse 16. There is no riches above a sound body, meaning that your body is strong, your body is in good state, and no joy above the joy of the heart. Right now, many of our people are dying. We are dying because we are depressed. All this is part of self-preservation. When you are always in a good frame of mind, you are always joyful. You do not allow sadness to overtake you. That is a good remedy. That is a good prescription to keep your body healthy, to keep you in a good mental state. Verse 17, death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. Meaning, if you are always sick, it is better. The Bible says it is better to die than to be continually sick. What do they say? Oftentimes, your health is in what you consume. In fact, it is what it is. We have the dietary law. which instructs us on what to eat and what not to eat, what to consume and what not to consume. We ought to make sure that we apply this law to the best of our ability. Know what is good for your body and what is not. What is healthy for you and what is not. Remember, we are rebuilding our nation. We are coming back to Yah. We are leaving the old man to put on the clothing of the new man. That means the dietary law, we should apply it to the best of our ability. For instance, ask yourself, how many miles do you walk a day? Or how many feet do you walk a day? How many yards do you walk a day? When you go to the grocery store or when you go to the supermarket, do you park straight in front of the store or do you park way back in order to walk or to do some walking for your heart or to do some walking for your body to move? Israel, we should not be ignorant enough in anything. Do not be ignorant in anything, Israel, because remember, we are the chosen seed of the. Let's get that very quick. Let's go to the book of Baruch chapter 3. And verse 36. The book of Baruch, chapter 3. In fact, Sabbath, let's go to the book of Sabbath, chapter 5, verse 15 first. Sabbath 5, verse 15. The book of Sirach, chapter 5, and verse 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. Meaning that have an understanding, have a little understanding in anything. For instance, yes, you may not be a doctor. Yes, you may not be a physician, but you ought to know what is good for your body and what is not. You ought to know that if you do not move your muscles, you will get sick. If you refuse to stop eating a lot of sugar, you must expect to become diabetic. That means, Israel, we have to know how to take care of ourselves. Now let's go to the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 36, 39, 36. Baruch 3 and verse 36. The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 36. He hath found all the way of knowledge, and hath given it unto Jacob his servant, and to Israel his beloved. So the Most High says that the Most High gives us all knowledge, how to make war, how to fight our enemies. All this is part of self-preservation, how to defend ourselves. Let's go very quick. Let's go to the book of Judges, chapter 3. But in fact, before that, let's go to the book of Exodus 15 and verse 3. The book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 3. The Most High is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. The Most High is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. So, war, conflict, the Most High knows how to fight war. He knows how to fight in a fight. Let's see what he did. Let's see what he did. Let's go to the book of Judges, chapter 3. The book of Judges, chapter 3. Judges, chapter 3 and verse 1. Now, these are the nations which the Most High left to prove Israel by them, meaning to test Israel by them, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan. So the Most High was the man of war. So many of our people didn't know all the wars that we fought against the Canaanites. Let's see what he did. Only that the generations of the children of Israel might know to teach them war, at the least such as before knew nothing thereof, to teach them how to fight wars, to teach them how to fight against our enemies. That is what we are going to keep this week. All of you are invited. All of you are invited. Feast for the destruction of Nicanor this Thursday. You have to be on site. If you are able to come to the school, come to the school. For the 2 days of Purim, which are this Friday and this Saturday, all of you are expected to be on site if you are close to Fort Lauderdale. We would like to see all of you. Self-preservation or death. The Most High shows us how to fight. We have the commandments. When we do what the Most High commands us to do, we will live. That is self-preservation. Let's go. Let us end with Psalm 72, verse 18, and Psalm 133. Now, the book that we feature today, that we read from, is The Miseducation of the Negro. Know that as Israelites, we have to read. We need to start to incorporate reading in our diet for us to understand what occurred in the old days and how we can use what occurred then to better our present. Let's go to the book of Psalm 72, verse 18. Self-preservation or death. Psalm 72, verse 18. The book of Psalm, chapter 72, verse 18. Blessed be the Most High power, the power of Israel, the power of Sister Mina Israel. Blessed be the Most High power, the power of Israel, the power of our Sister Deborah Dennis in Chatham, Massachusetts. Blessed be the Most High power, the power of Israel, the power of the 12 tribes of Israel. Blessed be the Most High power, the power of Israel, the power of all those who are currently watching. Blessed be the Most High power, the power of Israel, the power of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Israel, let's go to the book of Psalm 133. Before that, the light of Zion is devoted to gather the 12 tribes of Israel throughout the four corners of the earth for the Most High through HaMashiach Yahawashai. Israel, please, as much as you can, or as less as you can, please donate to this ministry. You can do so via Cash App. For Cash App, you can donate via $ THEE LOZ. or Zelle via 954-297-3705. For Zelle via 954-297-3705. Israel, our aim is to teach the laws of Yah to all the Israelites. Let's go to the book of Psalm, chapter 72, verse 18. Many of you know that we are currently embarking on an operation called Get It and Drop It. All praises to Yahweh Mashiach. So far, the tally is $201. Once everything is fully set, we will give you the full tally. We will let you know how much we gather for the Most High through Mashiach Yahushua. Let's go to the book of Psalm chapter 72, verse 8. Psalm 133. Psalm 133. Let's see what the Most High says. Psalm 133. Psalm 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that went down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garment, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahawashai, Thawada, Thamyad, Aman. Shalom, Israel. May the Most High through Hamashiach bless you and give you a new spirit to be sinless in his eyes. Give you a new spirit to stray away from sins. Give you a new spirit for you to apply the laws of Yah in your life. Shalom to all of you. This Thursday at 7 p.m., we will keep the destruction of Nicanor. This Friday at 7 p.m., we will open the Feast of Purim. And this Saturday at 7 p.m., we will close the Feast of Purim. May the Most High through Mashiach bless you all. Know that we are to practice self-preservation to avoid death. We are to learn the commandments, keep them. We are to learn the commandments, keep them, do them, and have faith in Hamashiach. When we do so, we will practice self-preservation. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Shalom, Israel.